On February 15, 2011, the Libyans finally began their uprising for freedom. They're following along in the tradition of the Tunisians and the Egyptians, which began several months ago. This is all part of what some people refer to as the Arabic Spring or the Arab Uprising. As early as February 21st, just 6 days into the uprising, the Libyan ambassador to the United Nations joined with the rebels, and he called for a no-fly zone over Libya to at least give the freedom fighters a chance to defeat the dictatorship. And on March 12th, which is about more than a week ago, even the Arab League, which is basically mostly composed of dictators, even they said that there should be a no-fly zone over Libya to at least give the people that want liberty and justice some sort of chance. And so finally yesterday, France and Britain and America did something, and they stood up for their liberal ideals at least a little bit, and they decided to at least give the Libyans something like a chance for liberty and justice and individual rights. And so there's at least an opportunity for this bizarre and hideous 42-year-old dictatorship led by Colonel Gaddafi to be defeated. I think that the 6 million people of Libya, even though they are Muslims and they have a hideous philosophy and they're not good people, and they should have rebelled against their dictatorship a long time ago, I think that these people deserve a chance of freedom. They deserve a chance at liberty and justice and individual rights. I certainly think that this uprising is a legitimate attempt to gain freedom. I don't think it's some sort of rebellion led by Al-Qaeda or some sort of hideous jihadi group or Shariaist group. They're not trying to set up a new dictatorship. I think that all over the Arabic world, these people are very incoherent and very incompetent as far as their politics goes, and they don't really know what they want. But in general, what they do want is freedom. They refer to it as democracy, which is a really terrible way to refer to it, but basically they want freedom. I think that the West needs to make at least a tiny effort to give these people a chance at freedom. I don't think we should engage in an invasion. I don't think the West should engage in an occupation. I don't think the West should involve itself in teaching democracy, so-called. I don't think we should involve ourselves in nation building, so-called. I think what we ought to do is just kill off the mini Hitlers, the people like Gaddafi and his sons and all those people that support this monstrous regime. We need to destroy the people that look like Hitler and look like Stalin and look like Mao. I don't think that these people in Libya, just like the people elsewhere in Tunisia or Egypt, or even right now the rebelling societies of Bahrain and Yemen and everywhere else, and for that matter, the sort of rebelling people in Jordan and Saudi Arabia, I don't think these people are going to set up a 100% liberal society. They don't understand politics. They don't understand liberal politics. They don't understand liberal philosophy. They're not going to set up a 100% politically libertarian society. It's not going to be based upon the philosophy of liberalism. They don't embrace the epistemology of reason all the way. They don't embrace the ethics of individualism all the way. They don't embrace the politics of individual rights all the way. Even America and Britain and France don't do that. But these people still deserve a chance to have at least something in the way of freedom. They at least deserve to have the Western liberal version of civilization. Our civilization in the West, in America, is very inferior to what it could be. But, you know, the people in the Arabic Spring deserve at least something better than what they have right now. So I think that what we ought to do is America and Britain and France needs to smash this hideous, this nightmare, this bizarre 42-year-old dictatorship in Libya. And as a matter of fact, we should have done this. We should have toppled their dictatorship 42 years ago.